everyone, and welcome to Support the Scene. I'm Graham. I'm here with Clayton from Alice Hardy. Clayton, do you have like an elevator pitch or anything that you tell people about your band? Like,
Alice Hardy. We're just a rock band, 5 guys playing hard rock, and we're basically rock with a mix of a little more rock. As long as it's hard and heavy, Alice Hardy likes to play it.
That's good. You have that down, man. That's perfect. So you told me before we started that you guys, because I know literally not very much, right? You have a show coming up real soon and an album coming up really soon?
Yep.
What's the detail on all this stuff?
We're doing a Battle of the Bands show, and it's a Battle of Bands for charity. It's a corporate sponsorship show, so since we're still working stiffs and we all got to work jobs, our bosses kind of chipped in a bunch of money, and the winner basically takes all the money and they donate it to charity of choosing. So all of the funds raised by the corporate donations are raised for the purpose of donating it to a particular charity.
That's awesome. What charity did you guys pick?
We haven't picked a charity. I've left that actually up to the corporate sponsors, since they may already work with a charity, and I believe our corporate sponsor already works with 1 or 2 charities. So I've left it up to them to choose, because we're just honored to play the show itself and raise some money, and have a hand in raising some of the money for that charity, whichever one they choose.
So when it comes to like a battle of the bands, how competitive do you seriously get? I imagine it's very friendly, but I feel like if it was me, I'd want to destroy them.
Well, absolutely. I mean, destruction is the name of the game. We want to win that cash for that charity, right? So we're gonna bring some hammers and some axes. We'll make sure that we chop up their instruments just so that we win by default. Even
perfect.
Well, I'll go that far just to make sure we take the money for the charity of for our band. Yeah.
So. While you guys were for this upcoming show, you're also working on a new album, right?
Yes, yeah, we've been recording 8 songs, and 4 of them are pretty much ready and polished. So we've just got 4 more to do, and we're looking to release that early in 2019.
So do you tell me a bit about your process. Are you developing this like a cohesive album, or is this like just a collection of the best songs you guys could make?
It's basically a collection of the best songs that we have. Obviously, writing for us is a perpetual, non-ending adventure or calamity, depending on which way you want to see it, however, or hear it. But it's a never-ending, revolving thing in a process for us. So we've got a ton of music that we want to present, but we basically picked the 8 songs that sort of best represent Alice Hardy to just any stranger that might be listening to it. It's the best representation of our music for an anonymous listener to hear what is Alice Hardy all about. So,
and you did tell us what Alice Hardy is all about. You said it was rock with a side of more rock.
Rock with a mix of more rock, yeah.
Rock with a mix of more rock. I'm always curious, like, how bands pick their names, and especially a name like Alice Hardy.
Well, Alice Hardy is a name that was snatched out by our guitarist Paul. He's a British fellow, and he's lived here for a while in Canada with his wife. But nonetheless, he was a Friday the 13th fan. And so Alice Hardy is actually the character that survives the first Friday the 13th movie.
Oh, okay.
So she's the woman who survived in the first one and was consequently killed in the second one.
Yeah.
So that was her character name, was Alice Hardy. And so we kind of thought that was cool, so we just kind of picked it and ran with it.
That's, honestly, my favorite kind of names, right, are just, it's cool, we liked it, and we moved on, right? It's kind of a bummer when it's like, when it's like it's too conceptual, you know what I mean? It's like, oh, it's a metaphor for whatever, and it's like, cool, great, yeah, can I hear some music though, right? So, how do you guys, like, when you're putting on a show, like, I'm wondering about this Battle of the Bands thing, right? When you're picking your songs, because you probably can't play every single thing you have to select, right?
Yes.
How do you pick which songs?
We have basically just, like, we wrote them all out, and then we just kind of basically went, which ones are gonna kick their ass the most, right? And that's literally how we selected them. And then we sprinkled in a couple of cover tunes just to give the strangers in the crowd, those who haven't seen us before from the other bands who brought them to the show, we've dropped in a couple of cover tunes as well, so that there's some familiarity there that they can, at least kind of recognize and relate to.
What's your favorite song that you guys have?
My favorite song currently is a song called Crash and Burn, and we're working on a video of that. And it's a bit of a conceptual video where I get a car. It's a big monster car, and it's got like the car itself is possessed, very similar to like Christine or whatever. It tempts me to get into the car after I've had a bad day. And I get into the car and it ties me down with barbed wire and takes me for a ride from hell.
A ride from hell?
Yeah.
Word. That's pretty cool. I'll say, as far as like talking about conceptual stuff, I like that concept. So, social media, websites, stuff like that, where can people find you if they want?
Anyone can find us on Facebook. You can just search Facebook for Alice Hardy. I think it's Alice Hardy Rocks at Facebook, like Facebook/Alice Hardy Rocks. You can find us on Instagram, same thing, Alice Hardy Rocks. Our website is www.alicehardyrocks.com.
Word. When you're doing like an Instagram page for a band, like military musical, like I'm not a huge fan of Instagram, so I'm not on it very often. So I don't even know. How do you make an Instagram, how do you run that for a band? For mostly musical things.
I'm not entirely sure, actually. I'm not a big social mediate.
I like that term.
Yeah, social mediates. I'm a little old school. I'm kind of more into like writing letters and putting a postage stamp on it. But I generally just take photos from our shows because we do put on a fairly high energy show. We like to entertain the people, no matter if there's 4 people in the crowd or 4,000, we want to entertain them just the same. So I usually snap pictures from our videos that have been taken by friends and photographers and videographers who are out there filming us, and I'll snap a still from it and I'll upload it to the Instagram, put a date and a timestamp on it from where we actually played the show and whatnot, and set it out there, pretty much. That's the best that I can do for social media, because again, I'm not a social media, but I guess it's kind of important. Lots of people find us there, so it is kind of an important thing. So I'm kind of being turned into a bit of a social media, and it's kind of fun, but it does take a lot of time.
Yeah, I can imagine. It probably takes a lot of time. But thank you, I appreciate it. the Instagram advice. And the most important thing, there's a show coming up, but people can't make that. Alice Hardy Rocks.
AliceHardyRocks.com.
AliceHardyRocks.com to find the next show. You can find the next everything. And that video when it's done.
Yes. Yeah, the video will be posted to YouTube. Obviously, you can find us on YouTube. We've already got some videos there. We've got a cover song of the Ace of Spades. We do a cover of Ace of Spades, Trooper, Metallica. So those are some of the bands that we cover. Also, I think Velvet Revolver, we still do that. Deep Purple. I mean, we're quite the mix of flavors and tastes from across the members. Some of them are from an era where they dig Deep Purple and Black Sabbath, and others are from an era like myself, like Iron Maiden, Metallica. And 2 of our members are quite a bit younger than we are, and they like Trivium and Stone Sour and newer type metal bands. So we've got actually quite a big rapport for cover tunes. We do everything from Elvis Presley to basically Iron Maiden and Metallica. So it's wide open. You can find us. You can find videos there. The Ace of Spades video, we just did that as a quick and dirty sort of in our rehearsal space, because of course Motorhead is just one of the most instrumental bands in history, in rock and roll history, period. So since their 2 members have died and they're not around anymore, we figured we do a pretty good cover of it. I love to do it. And the boys in the band like to do it. It's usually a crowd pleaser. So we figured, hey, we'll slap together this video very quickly and get it out on the net. And you can find it there on YouTube. We've got another song on there, another single called Everybody Run. And that video was taken from a live show that we did at the Roxy. And we've got another one which is just kind of a collage of photos and a couple of clips for a track called Hollow. And more to come. Crash and Burn will be the next one. So
Thanks, Quentin.
All right. Thank you for having me.
Baby, I don't want to live forever. Hey, don't forget the Joker.
Hey, it's James from Support the Scene. If you're interested in being interviewed or want to be featured on our channel, please comment down below or find us on Facebook and message us, and we'll get back to you as fast as we can. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Rock on.